Billionaire twins rejected food cooked by all other maids, except this poor maid. The billionaire twins, Aiden and Arian, were known across the world not just for their inherited fortune, but for their cruel peculiarity. They rejected every dish cooked by the finest chefs and renowned maids. Hundreds had tried. All had failed. Some said it was a test, others whispered it was a curse. Then came Mira. Thin as a shadow and wrapped in borrowed clothes, she walked barefoot through the gilded gates of the Darlington estate. Nobody noticed her at first, just another desperate soul seeking work. She spoke little, but when handed a chance in the kitchen, she simply nodded and asked for no spices, no tools, just a fire and a pot. They laughed at her. She stirred her pot with a twig and hummed an old lullaby no one recognized. But when the twins took their first spoonful, they froze. Their eyes widened. They ate. They devoured. For the first time in years, they asked for more. The house erupted. Reporters flooded in. "What's your secret?" they begged Mira. She only said, "It's not the food. It's what's inside." Curious, the twins ordered her to stay, to cook for them daily. She never spoke beyond a few words, but each dish was better than the last, comforting, haunting, healing. One evening, Arian dreamt of his mother, something he hadn't done in years. Aiden wept while eating Mira's lentils, overcome with forgotten warmth. Days turned to weeks. They began to change. They smiled. They read books. They gave to charities. People whispered of a miracle. But then, one day, she vanished. No goodbye. Just a scrap of parchment on the kitchen counter. What you taste is what you lost. Frantic, the twins searched. Every lead turned up nothing. Until, a year later, a small village priest knocked on their door with a story. He told of a woman quiet, barefoot, who once came to the village. She lived alone, never asking for anything, but she always left food at the orphanage. One night, she died in her sleep. They buried her beneath the old fig tree, where the air smelled faintly of lentils and rain. He handed them a letter she left behind, addressed to the lost boys. It read, "I was your mother's maid. I watched her cry when your father left. I saw her write letters to you, which your guardians never gave. I kept one recipe from her, one she made when she missed you. When I cooked for you, I wasn't feeding your stomachs. I was feeding your memories." The priest asked, "Did you know your mother died alone?" Aiden fell to his knees. Arian turned pale. They had spent millions chasing taste, but the flavor they sought was never in the food. It was in the love they forgot, and it was gone. Forever.